the young people here today to come up and help me with my homily. It's been a while since I've gotten to invite you to come up and help me, but I'm so excited about this. You can have a seat right on the steps or just down here on the floor. If you want to bring a special grown-up friend with you, that's fine too. Excellent. Hi, everyone. Raven, it's so good to see you. Hi. Hi, everyone. All right, come on up and find a nice place. Hi, guys. Come on up and find a nice place to sit. All right. You want to find a place to sit? Okay, awesome. So, to get us started today, I have a question. Who wants to guess what's in this bowl? Anybody want to guess what this stuff is? You can come up and take a look. Okay, Maggie, what do you think it is?
Salt.
Salt. You are correct. You may sit back down. Thank you. This is salt, and I have it in a little shaker format in case you didn't get that it was salt. Now, it could be sugar, but you were right, it's salt. What's salt for? What does salt do? Why do we use salt? Okay, Jaden.
I put salt on my eggs.
Why do you like to put salt on your eggs?
Makes them taste better.
That's exactly right. It makes them taste better. Other answers?
It makes them light. I don't know.
It makes them taste better. Nathan?
Because salt dries.
Salt dries things out. Yes, that is true. Catherine? It tastes more like what? It tastes more like fish. Interesting. Yes, Maggie? You can put it on food. And what happens when you put salt on food? What does it do to the food? Jaden kind of said it already. It makes the eggs taste better, right? What happens if you just eat plain salt? If I just does that taste good? Do you like to eat plain salt? No. Oh, here, Maggie, sit down for a second. So, we don't eat salt plain, but when we put it on stuff, it brings out the flavors that are already in the egg. So it makes the eggs taste even more eggy. It makes the hot dogs taste even more hot doggy. It makes the broccoli taste even more broccoli. And you like it on your ice cream. I don't know about that. I'm not sure it would have the same effect. Salt brings out the goodness of all of the natural flavors that are already in the food. Now, in the gospel today, the very last line, Jesus tells us that we have salt in ourselves. We have salt in us, which is true, but I'm not sure Jesus knew about the chemistry of the human body back in the day. He was talking, when he said salt, he was talking about the Holy Spirit. We each have the Holy Spirit in us. And the job of the Holy Spirit in us is just like the job of salt in food. It's to bring out the natural goodness that is already in each of you, for the purposes, as Jesus said in the gospel, of helping us to be at peace with one another. The Holy Spirit brings out the goodness in us so that we can be at peace with one another. And Lord knows we need that. So, my question for you guys is, what are some of the best parts of yourselves that the Holy Spirit, on occasion, brings out so that you can be at peace with one another? What are the parts of yourself that you need to be at peace with your friends and your sisters and your brothers? What things do we need the Holy Spirit to give us? Anyone have any ideas about that? Not a one. Oh, yes, Nathan.
Peace.
You need peace in your heart. Yes, that's good. What are some other things? Yeah, John. You need love. The Holy Spirit activates love within us. Maggie, what do you got? All right, you keep working on it. You raise your hand again when you've got it. There's all kinds of good things. I can think of things like patience. Yeah. Patience. Oh, that's what you were going to say. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to steal your thunder. I can think of patience. I can think of hope. I can think of kindness. And I can think of courage. Okay. I don't know. You fell. Well, try to sit on your bottom and then you won't fall. Okay. Now, in the story that Rich read, everybody hear this? Rich, raise your hand. Did you guys hear the story that Rich read this morning? It was about a queen. And those of you who went to Vacation Bible School this summer know this queen. Anyone remember the name of one of the queens that you studied, Aria? Queen Esther. Now, here's the thing about the Holy Spirit working in us to help us be at peace with one another. It brings out our best flavors in the hardest moments. And Queen Esther had a really hard thing happen to her. Anyone remember anything about the story of Queen Esther? Evan, what do you got?
Somebody planned to kill all the Jews.
Yeah? Somebody planned to kill all of the Jews. That's right. A bad guy named Haman. And Queen Esther was Jewish, okay? But nobody knew that Queen Esther was Jewish because she had to kind of hide that part of who she was. Because at that time, the Persians had conquered the Jews. And so the king of Persia wanted to marry the most beautiful woman in the land, which was Esther. But Esther never told him that she was Jewish, and nobody in the court knew that. And wicked Haman decided that because he was offended by another wise leader of the Jewish people at the time named Mordecai, because he was offended that Mordecai wouldn't bow down to him, he decided that he would take out his rage and anger by slaughtering all of the Jewish people in Persia. Well, this didn't sit well with Queen Esther. She had a tough decision to make, didn't she? Either she could do nothing and watch all of her people, all those who shared this same experience as her, be victimized by these men in power. Or she could go to the king and tell him the truth about who she was and what Haman was up to, and see if the king would stop it. Esther needed the Holy Spirit. And the Holy Spirit went into her heart and revealed the best flavor in her, which was courage, because she went to that king and she said, "King, I know this is risky, but I have to tell you the truth about who I am. I'm a Jew, and this guy Haman, you're kind of number two, not quite the highest position of power, but like the second highest position of power, looking to move up. Going to do some bad things to these Jews. Will you stop it?" What do you guys think the king did? Do you think he stopped it or not? John, what do you think? You think he decided to punish Haman and that stopped it, and you're exactly right. You remember the story. Good job. In that circumstance, the powers that be listened to the courageous voice of Esther. And they didn't just listen. He let the truth of what she was saying motivate his actions to protect the most vulnerable people in his kingdom. Now, it doesn't always work out that way, guys. I hate to be the one to tell you that. That is not how the world always works. But it's how God always wants the world to work. That when we let the Holy Spirit work in us, when we find that courage and that bravery to tell the truth about who we really are, God always wants that truth to help us be more at peace with each other. In just a moment, we're going to call on the Holy Spirit directly. And we're going to call on the Holy Spirit to bless these two wonderful babies. Do you guys look over here and see baby Evelyn? And look over here and see baby Toby? The Holy Spirit is about to come into their lives in a new way, to release the goodness that is already in them, and to remind them how beloved they are as children of God. And we do that through the ritual of baptism. Who can remember what special thing we need when we baptize somebody? What do we absolutely need? It's like the only thing you need to do a baptism. Yes. Water. That's right. But and the water is meant to represent the Holy Spirit coming onto their heads. But today, I want to do something a little different. We're still going to use water. But I think when we bless the water, we should put a little salt in it as a reminder that the Holy Spirit salts our hearts to help us flavor the whole world around us with our best selves, so that we can all live together peaceably. Amen.